This episode is sponsored by Prime. Ladies, here's the thing. How badly did you want this to suck?
Oh, I wanted this to be awful.
I wanted it to be, I'm not Logan Paul. I don't know if you'll ever see this. Probably not. I didn't want it to suck. I just wanted to drink it and be like, fucking Logan Paul. And then just like put it down and be like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? And then I drank it and I was like, damn, that one's good. You haven't had that one yet.
That one is
They're all good. The orange is the best by far.
It's so weird that it only has 20 calories.
Yeah. It's
what in the world?
It's so weird. I really wanted to drink it and be like, fucking Logan, you can't do everything, man.
It's not that I don't like Logan. It's just like, I don't know, it just seemed like a fad. Like, I'm big. Like with the people that get big.
Like, dude, I looked for this before I looked for Gatorade now.
Yeah.
Or like body armor.
To me,
like this tastes better.
To me, what this was like when those models or those influencers get big and then they release a song and they had nothing to do with singing.
Yeah.
And then they all suck. Like all of the songs suck. That's what I thought this was gonna be.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was just whatever.
You know the only thing that could make this better, Logan, if you're listening, release a 32-ounce bottle.
Oh,
please.
Yeah. Especially because it's such low calorie.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel guilty. Like,
please release a 32-ounce. Please,
this
for the
is
love of God.
Is this not? This is like.
How many is
16? Yeah, it's not even a. I think the normal Gatorade is 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to be a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
that's the only thing.
A 32-ounce or even like a 28-ounce.
This sucks. I wanted it to be bad, and I'm wanting a bigger size.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but this is brought to you by Prime.
Yeah, it's brought to you by Prime. Use the code Chateau for 15% off and free shipping. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have sponsorships yet. So the bitch is dead. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm so sorry. Okay, so the queen died.
Jake, we're not even 2 minutes
We're not even. And I'm screaming, the bitch is dead. No, honestly, nothing but love and respect.
Yeah.
God save the queen. God save the people.
God rest his soul.
God, good Nando's in it. You know, put it on his stick, yeah, and you go around cheat. You know what I'm saying? Come around the Gloucestershire, we'll stick you up in all that, innit? Yeah.
Respect, mate.
Yeah, respect, mate. You need trousers.
I didn't understand. Like, I don't understand the people that don't understand the people that don't understand it. I don't know if that makes any
understand.
sense.
Can I say this? We have this thing called the Declaration of Independence. I thought that meant we didn't care about them anymore. And you know what's really funny is that we don't care about them except for this old lady who died.
Yeah, and what's weird is like she doesn't have like power.
I think that's right.
Like the prime minister has all the power.
Yeah,
and I'm
pretty sure that she's just like a figurehead.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it doesn't make her any less special or valuable, whatever. I'm just saying, like, I don't.
Did you see all the people that were like, oh my God, they were like, Prince Charles is coming into power and he's 73. And then this like random, like, they were like, oh, like England is so like fucked up. They were like, Prince Charles is coming into power at 73. And then this dude commented and said, Biden is 77. I was like, you might have gotten us there.
Yeah.
You might have us on that one.
No, at least theirs is a figurehead. Ours is like
ours actually has power a little bit. You know, that's what,
good Lord. I just didn't understand really the hype behind like.
I mean, she's nice.
She's great.
She's a sweet old lady.
But everyone acted like we were supposed to be like dropping
like
to our knees. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, I read it and went,
ah, dang.
I was like,
to me, you know what's funny? Betty White was like more important to me.
I thought that would rock us way harder. This has obviously hit us harder for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, somebody said the other day about like with like people dying, like they were like, I'm gonna hate when my child comes to me when I'm like 40, 50, and or like I'm like in my 40s or whatever, and they're like, Kanye West just died.
Oh, that's weird.
Isn't that wild?
That's so weird.
Isn't that weird?
Dude, you know what's gonna be really weird is in like 20 years when, oh my God,
like
dude,
Snoop and Lil Wayne.
No, I was gonna say it's gonna be really, really weird and really sad when in like 20-ish, 30-ish years, our kids are like, oh, some actor died, and we're like, who is it? And they're like, Robert Downey Jr.
Oh God,
And I'm
stop.
Dude, I'll literally like fall on the ground.
Yeah, I just don't understand really the significance behind like, because I mean everybody acted, and then it got weirdly like political. Like
Yeah,
people started
noticed
like
that.
like it started being like, oh, well, if you care about it, like you're like a socialist or you're like a liberal, and it's like what?
These are coming from the dudes who like have American flags on the back window of their Forerunner. Like,
Yeah.
like that guy, I know that guy. But like, also, did you know this? If you were in the military, you do know this because Zach has told me this. It's actually, you're not supposed to put the American flag on stuff. Did you know that that's like a thing? Like that's considered disrespecting the flag. Like when people get like an American flag on like their Yeti cup, that you're not supposed to do that.
Oh, well, yeah, I think I did know that.
There's some sort of weird rule. I don't know.
It's very strict. Like if you're, but actually, I think it's only if you're in the military. I'm pretty sure it has to do if you're in service or something.
I'm also just tired of seeing like the flag, like what the flag does it stands for Americas. It has 50 stars, 13 stripes, 13 original colonies. That's what it stands for. And people like use it as like a weird, like I can do what I want thing. Like it's almost like a medal being like, this is what I can do. Like I'll storm the White House. Like
it's like
that's what?
That's America.
Like you're literally it's literally I could not believe I read this tweet when all the riots were happening. They were like, can you imagine all the countries looking at us going, yo, they're about to get in a second civil war. They're about to fight themselves
again
twice.
And also I've heard someone explain this. Our civil wars compared to other people's civil wars, our civil wars are bad.
Yeah.
People
oh yeah.
Because like someone said, I forget who recently had a civil war, but their casualties were like almost 1 million less than our casualties was, and ours was in like the 1800s.
Ours was horrible. Yeah.
We had muskets and we were still just murdering.
It was like
each
Assassin's
other.
Creed. Like they were just running around with knives, being like, ah. It was insane.
I don't know. I don't. Also, the storm on the Capitol. I mean, I don't really think it's political. I just think that it's funny that they did it, and not only did they do it, it didn't it defeated.
It didn't do anything.
It didn't do anything, and it also defeated like their entire credibility. Because
also, can we agree that whole thing is so sketchy?
Oh, dude!
Like
have you seen the people that like watch them?
Opening the gates.
Yeah,
I was like,
are you letting them in?
Are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Also, I remember seeing footage of it, and I was like, why is there no one in here?
Also,
it was like vacant.
Yeah, it was like it's almost like they knew they were coming.
Yeah.
Didn't Trump also like tweet something like, "Sure would be a shame if someone tried to burn down Pelosi's office"? Like, I know everybody's being like, "No, he didn't do that." He did something, right?
He did something that, like, I mean, he did that when he was like a president. He did like. To me, that was his only problem. I know a lot of people like hate on him. His mouth was his only problem. I think his actions, a lot of the actions he did was
his
great.
mouth was wild.
But like he said stuff that was so open ended that it was like you can't do that as a president.
Yeah,
because these like hillbillies in like the corners of Mississippi and Arkansas are like, oh, this means we can start a revolution.
Like he says that's the thing is that. Whatever you or if you're a president, whatever you say, you have to assume people are going to take that, dial it to 10, and then go, that's what he meant.
Yeah.
Like, that's why that's why Trump was so dangerous and why you have to be so careful.
Because he was already at 10.
Because he was already at 10.
Yeah.
So people took it and were like,
this is war!
So we burn Washington to the fucking ground?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Somehow he sent out one tweet and found every Ezra Miller in the U.S. and was like, go to Washington.
Yeah.
Like, That I'm gonna use Ezra Miller as like a benchmark for so much stuff, like like all
Yeah.
the time. I'm
No,
gonna
for
use
sure.
him. Yeah,
No, I don't know. America's wild.
America
America's
is
just
wild,
crazy.
and we just randomly. It's so weird that we just randomly like cared about this lady that just
Yeah.
I think it's like a thing. Like I think it's like a thing for people to be like, oh, the queen is.
I really do think it is. It's just something
like
to just.
Yeah.
It was back when.
Also, we haven't had a good death here in a while.
Yeah.
Like if this had happened in the middle of like Harambe and Kobe, like nobody would have cared.
Yeah.
But we haven't had like a good. What was the last death? Probably Betty White, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh no, the comedian. I forgot his name, but he passed away. That was pretty heavy.
I feel like Kobe was the last big one though. Right? We're probably missing something.
God, we're missing something big. I
And-
can feel it.
Yeah, and somebody's gonna be
And
like, "Are you kidding
the
me?"
comments are already like,
The,
did you not know?
1.5 comments that we
yeah,
get.
1.5, or that one dude that like,
It just went off on
yeah,
us
the
for no
one
reason.
dude. But also, like, he wasn't mad. He
Yeah.
was like, he was stating things
He was
that
just
we
like,
said.
"This is I don't know."
It was hilarious.
No, I think it's like a thing because back when like I don't know why we do this. So the internet, the way it works now is like it's almost like if you can be the first to a topic, but also you have to act like you've been following it. So like
Yeah,
when NASA did the whole James Webb thing,
Yeah.
out of the woodwork, these like 19 to 30-year-old women, it was mostly women. I don't know why. This doesn't matter. But for some reason, I just saw more women doing this. We're like, oh my gosh, the James Webb telescope released new images. And they were talking about it in such scientific terms that I'm like, and then I would like look at their pages and I'm like, you're not like a science, like what?
Yeah.
What are you? Why are
It's
you
like, do you know-
suddenly and fascinated with
Do you know what it
this?
reminds me of? Do you remember that thing that I used to do when we would be behind a car and I would look at like the badge of the car or like look at the side of the car, and then I would somehow convince you to make you point it out, and then I would be like, oh no way, is that an iX 360? I'd be like, dude, they have like a Power Stroke like 1.7 liter in it. And you'd be like, how do you know? Like, why do you know that? And I was like, I don't know, man. It's just crazy. It took you like 3 years to figure out that I was just reading what it said on the car.
Yeah.
That's literally all the internet is.
Yeah.
Is that you have to look at it and go, okay, what can I deduce really quickly?
Yeah. They just read an article and just spit it back out.
And then they're like,
that
oh,
was their
thank
thought.
God, now I'm an expert.
Yeah.
Like,
I just don't. And also, I've never wanted to do that.
I don't.
Like,
Here's the
what
thing.
is the motivation
This
to
might
do
sound
that?
horrible. I don't think I've ever wanted to be good at something. Like,
Not what I meant. But
like,
okay.
but like, I've never wanted. Okay, not be good at anything because there are like a couple things that I'm good at. I have never wanted to be in like a group of people and someone go, "Oh, you should ask Jake. He knows a lot about blah blah blah."
Yeah.
I don't want that. One, then you got to talk to me. Two, I'm going to lie so that when you regurgitate it, you look like an idiot. And then you're going to be like, oh, I thought Jake told me. No, Jake's evil. He wants to make you look like an idiot at Thanksgiving dinner,
Yeah.
which is when you're going to regurgitate it. And
Yeah.
then your uncle's going to hit you.
This is a very strange tangent.
Shout out to my friend Eric in high school. I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. What's up? But yeah, like that's just such a
No, I just don't get when people just become fascinated with like. I guess it's just a trend. I mean, that's just how things work. But it's just weird because I saw there's one video that really stands out. It was like a video, and they were reacting to like the live release of the photos, and this girl was like sitting there with her husband, and she was like, "Oh my god, oh my god."
It's literally an old lady.
No. This is the NASA thing. The
Oh,
release-
that's right.
That's worse.
I remember this. Yeah, that's even worse.
And she was like, starts crying because it was an updated picture. And what's funny is she was crying at a picture that we already have. It's just an infrared, like, updated picture of it.
Okay, if this makes any sense to all the people out there who've done psychedelics, I've been on shrooms and looked at pictures of the galaxy and still not cried.
Yeah.
And I will say, I touched a star. So, and I still didn't cry. I grabbed a fucking star
Yeah.
in my hand,
Yeah.
and I still wasn't like, don't get me wrong, space is gorgeous. Like, it's beautiful. Like, you look at all the colors, the lights, you're like, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's insane. I love it. I don't know if it would elicit an emotional response.
Yeah,
from me.
exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Nor would the Queen?
And but it's also like not even that. I understand you're in love with space. Don't act like a picture is breaking your whole world. Don't act like that.
Yeah, I don't. Like, there's very few things that like can get me to cry like off the top like that.
Yeah.
Like a good like soldier coming home video. Some of those mess me up.
Yeah.
Also, not to people. I hate people. Have you seen the videos of soldiers coming home to their dogs?
Oh,
like,
yeah, and their
the
dogs are
like,
freaking
the dogs
out.
like sniff them for a second. It's like, who is this guy? And then they're like, and then they like
Yeah.
lose it, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. Also, I found a new. This is insane. You'll lose your mind.
Okay.
The new crying video that literally will break you down are children asking their stepdad to adopt them. Like, they bring like as a birthday present. Like they.
Oh
bring
wait,
them,
no, I
like,
think I've seen one of those.
they'll bring them like a folder with
and the
paperwork.
stepdad starts bawling.
And the stepdad,
Oh,
and the
no.
stepdad sitting there. He's like, "What is this?" Because most stepdads are like chill,
Yeah.
like, with their kids. So they're like, "What is this? You're so goofy." And then they're flipping through it, and then they're like,
and then they just
and then they
crap
just
themselves.
break down, and I'm like, I just start crying. Like, I can't help it.
Yeah, those are good. We need to do a trying to cry. That'd be great.
We can't put that on YouTube.
Why?
We'll both just break down. It'll
We'll just be weeping.
it'll end with a so clip of a shotgun barrel in our mouth, and we'll just be like, "I can watch it live in the Chateau."
What would be great is if it was just a regular food video of like eating burgers and we're weeping.
Like, we don't show it till the very end, but it's just a commercial for Wendy's, and the flames go up around the burger, and we're just like, oh.
And they're like, what are they reacting to? And then it says the new Frosty.
It's the strawberry frosty from Wendy's. It was Whataburger when they removed the mushroom Swiss burger from the menu.
Oh my God. That's great. That's great.
That would be terrible. But yeah, the whole Queen thing, I don't get it. I mean, I get it. It's sad when anybody dies.
Yeah.
Like, she was a sweet old lady, but
Yeah.
like the amount of people here in America that were like they genuinely were acting like this was like a big moment in their life. I was just like, what do you?
I'm just not on that. I'm not. I don't know what level you're at where you're that in tune with the Queen. I wasn't. I didn't
That's
really
the thing.
keep
I'm
up
also
with the
thinking,
Queen.
like, in my head, did she like do something that I just don't know about?
Dude, also, so for me, when I was a kid, I was like kind of just a weird, rebellious kid, and I would listen to the Kid X a lot, XXX Tentacion.
Oh, yeah.
And when he died, like I kept up, I listened to all his songs, all his albums. I thought he was like gonna change the way music was because he like didn't fit to a genre. He released a whole like acoustic guitar album after like doing really heavy metal rap.
Yeah.
And I thought he was just gonna change like music. And I was following him, and he died. I didn't even cry at all.
You didn't cry over eggs. You do have that thing on your back though. It's his face with the.
I do not. Don't you dare do that shit,
dude. Don't be ashamed of it.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
Braden, you're a fan. There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't have a. Hey, actually, this is on YouTube.
I love that he proved it. You know what? Can I tell you something right now? You know what would be even better is if you lifted up your shirt and there actually was one. Looks in the camera.
Oh, that'd be great.
Camera one on.
And you had done it without me knowing.
Yeah, without you knowing somehow. This has been my long haul bit.
But
for the
no,
entire time.
I didn't even think to cry about him.
Have you cried over music ever? Like, what's like a song that you've like cried over?
Oh, So whenever I've gone through anything in my life, for some reason, it's actually pretty personal because I've only told a couple people this. For some reason, I don't know why. I think it was just because it came on randomly when I was going through something as a kid. Now and Forever by Drake. I have no idea.
I feel that. I
have no idea.
Yeah.
What about you?
Mine's gonna be pretty stereotypical, but it's only because I have a very clear memory of listening to the song with my mom. Like when it was just like me and her at one point, like we listened to it.
Yeah.
But it's when John Mayer recorded live at the Nokia Theater, and he did Free Fallin'.
Oh,
and
I love that
so,
one.
like,
I think I have it on my playlist.
Yeah,
That's
I have it on
great.
every play. It's so like slow, and it just
beautiful.
starts off with that like dun, dun, dun. It's so beautiful.
Does it end with "Thank you very much. We'll see you in a couple minutes"?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that
I love that one.
Yeah, dude. Anytime that's on, I'm just like, I could totally cry right now. Like if you have that thing inside you where if you're like, if I just let this loose a little,
Yeah.
everything would fall apart. Oh, and also, wait, I didn't bring this one up. I'm sorry. The song from How to Train Your Dragon.
That makes me cry.
It's called Test Drive.
That makes me cry.
But it's the part after. It's the part after he drops Hiccup, and like there's that like turmoil music for a second. It's like,
and they bond.
And then
they start flying together
because he's looking at the thing and he's trying to be like, how do I put my leg? Because he has to like click the tail to make it turn. And he's like looking at it and he goes, and he just throws it away and then he goes click and then they just like go. And then there's that music that has like the trumpets right after it.
Yeah.
Dude,
God.
I don't know. I don't know if that's like some sort of weird, like maybe we have deep Viking ancestry somewhere in us.
I thought you were going to say deep emotional trauma.
Oh yeah, that too. That too. It could just be because that movie is all about connecting with your father.
Yeah.
So we're just like, we're like, it's such a good movie.
And the father's like overly like fatherly.
Yeah, he's like overly.
I don't think I ever thought I would say that in my life. Overly fatherly.
He's like overly fatherly. Oh, by the way, overly fatherly is just caring about your son. Like we saw him go, I love you, Hiccup. And we were like, what the fuck's up with this guy? There was one scene where he hugged him, and we were like, "Yo, is this weird?" Or what?
Put his hand on his back and just said, "I love you, son." And we're like, "What is this?"
And we were like, "Who is this guy? What is this, a joke or something?" I'm just sitting in the theater, like with my little like siblings next to me, just bawling, and they're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm fine." I'm like, what is this, some sort of fantasy?
Oh, that's good. That's really good. I think another song that means a lot to me that not really, I think it's made me cry maybe once or maybe just tear up and get emotional is Cecilia by Simon and Garfunkel. And for some reason,
I've heard that song.
That is one of the only songs I can like. There's that one and there's one other one that I forget. I'll have to pull it up. But Simon and Garfunkel, the Cecilia song, I remember my mom playing that as a kid.
Yeah.
Like I like it wasn't even, and when I found it and when I listened to it again as an adult for like the first time in a while, dude, the weirdest feelings. Because it was a feeling in my head when I was a kid and I was like, I know what this is. But when I listened to it again, I was like, oh my God, this is the song. Like, I don't know how to, it's just a weird feeling. I don't know how to describe like the feeling I'm trying to talk about. But the other song that was, that I remember listening to as a kid was, is it Avril Lavigne?
Oh, I do remember that. This song does hit weirdly for some reason.
Cecilia?
Yeah.
You can play it if you want to. But this song also hit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I saw her in concert.
That song gets me really, like, just makes you feel like a child again.
It's that, and then, wow, who knew this episode was going to turn into this bullshit? We're just going to cry over music real quick. Where'd it go? Oh yeah, this. You'll in a minute you'll be like, ah. Are we gonna get demonetized for this?
Well, we're not monetized to
That's a
begin
good
with.
question. It's a song from Treasure Planet.
For some reason, it's not ringing a bell.
Really? That's from Treasure Planet.
What's it called?
Jim's theme. I'm still here.
It's been so long since I've seen that movie, man.
Why does every movie that makes us cry not have a dad in it? Do you notice that? Like this entire movie, we're so fucked up.
What was the other thing that I was going to talk about? We were just talking about something.
Oh, you brought up something interesting that you didn't elaborate a whole lot on, but you said that you got into like not a TikTok argument, but like what did you say it was about?
So there's this weird thing. My girlfriend's like big into books and she reads a lot of books. And when she was younger, like 17, 18, she read about 4 years ago ish. She read Colleen Hoover. And right now, Colleen Hoover's like really popular. And
It's like love books, right? Like
Yeah.
kind of like romancy.
Yeah, and it's just like love books. She doesn't. I don't think she tries to be like. She doesn't try to make a book that's like very serious. She just makes love books and like sells them.
Yeah.
And I for some reason this TikTok video came up where they were everybody was like, "Oh, what's your favorite book?" He was like interviewing people in the street, and one girl said Colleen Hoover. It all ends with us or something. I forget one of her like popular books. Dude, the comment section. And then I started realizing that this, and then I after I interacted on that post, I started getting on more book talk stuff. People just shit on Colleen Hoover because she's popular.
Okay, that's.
I understand this in any form of media. I understand like, you like Drake because you just got into rap. Oh, you need to listen to this. You need to listen to this. To a certain degree, that's kind of stupid too. But it's okay because music doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean?
Well, here's the other thing that's funny
you.
about that is that this philosophy of life, philosophy of life could be applied to literally anything.
Yeah.
And that is, if you like something, somebody else might not like it.
Yeah.
And you should just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
This goes for it. This goes for politics. This goes for everybody wanting to fight about like gay people, like whatever you are. Guess what? You're not gonna like the thing I like, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
If you're one of these old white congressmen that's like, we should outlaw gay people, go kill yourself. Put a bullet in your head. You're an idiot. Shut up. If I'm reading Harry Potter and some guy goes, oh, what are you in the 3rd grade? You just started reading Harry Potter. There's a movie series that spans 10 years of those fucking books.
Yeah.
I've read this somewhere that those books, each one, that like the number of books that are like the most sold in the world, the top one is the Bible. The top one is the Bible. Fucking Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets is like one below it.
Good Lord.
Shut up.
Yeah. I just didn't understand, like, and people were also just roasting, like, oh, well, I just know that you don't have a good taste in books. It's like, why does that matter? Number one. And also,
books.
It's books. That was my whole thing, is it wasn't that it was like, I understand this happens. Like, that was kind of my point, that I understand this happens in every form of media. I thought, like, the book culture was different.
Yeah, it was like holding on to each other.
Because you're educated.
Yeah, because
You're
you know,
reading books.
you're reading books.
If you're a veteran reader, are you not intelligent?
This isn't like a conversation of like, oh, do you pull sumo or conventional?
Yeah,
like it's not like that, because even those dudes, you could be like, hey, at the end of the day,
they're idiots.
We're all just idiots. That
you're stupid.
We're all just idiots that are like, lift heavy.
Oh, lift. Oh, you not lifting heavy, right?
Yeah, you know lift heavy. Right.
That's what's weird when a girl's like, oh, you like her author bad. It's like, are you not reading constantly?
Yeah, like I don't.
Like, if you're a veteran reader, why are you not like able to? I don't know. Like, to me, that's the highest level of if you're just into books a lot, should you not be the most graceful person?
The worst thing that society and humanity could do is reverse the effects of global warming.
That's not where I thought you were going. What?
We should burn.
Oh.
Like that. This is literally the saddest shit ever. Like, can you imagine getting on somewhere or like going? You know what we should do? Let's go to a Barnes and Noble and walk up to somebody holding a book, slap it out of their hands, and be like, "You bitch! What do you read? You read that shit?" Like, what?
Like,
but once again, those kind of people only exist on the internet.
Yeah, that's true.
They only exist online. That's like all like that. Once again, that's also about like anybody who's like a violent, like I know like everybody talks about like pronouns a lot, like what your pronouns are. I have never been out in public, and I've done this before. I guess it's called misgendered a person or something like that. And I was it was a full like interaction with this girl from Starbucks, and I didn't know this, but at Starbucks they have like a tag on their shirt that'll say like he, him, they, them, she, her, blah blah blah. And I just kept saying like ma'am, like over and over, and I was like yes ma'am, blah blah blah. And like right near the end of it, she was like, by the way, she was like, it's not really like a huge deal to me. I was like, I know there's some people here that would get really upset about it. She was like, but she was like, we have like our pronouns on our name tag. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I didn't mean to. I was like, I didn't mean to. And she was like, no. She was like, I totally get it. She was like, this is like a weird thing. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, that is how 90% of interactions are.
Yeah.
You only get people screaming at each other on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's the only place
true.
you're going to find it.
That's true. I don't know.
It's just weird that people feel the need to do that. Everybody gets so brave once they have a keyboard in front of them.
I just thought it was very specifically just awful with books because it's reading, it's education. I made the joke that it was like are we gonna get to the point where somebody like if I get on mathematician TikTok, are there gonna be people in the comments going, "Oh, you like Alec Boreari?"
Yeah, exactly.
Is that your favorite mathematician? Of course, that'd be your favorite mathematician.
Some idiot's gonna be like, "Oh, what are you, a Sanjito Nakamura?" Like, and then there's gonna be like, "Oh, you believe him? What did you start doing math last year, you bitch?"
At least you're in math. At least you're reading. What,
dude, you just put like a Greek letter in a problem.
What's so funny is the people that like are reading. What's so funny is if you know that they're just starting reading, why are you being abrasive to them?
Do you know what it almost is? It's almost like a scene out of like a really shitty early 90s movie in high school where like the nerds would walk in triples down a hallway and be like, oh my God, you know what it is? It's literally like the two. Do you remember the dudes in Spider-Man that are in the Amazing Spider-Man that are talking about his suit? And they're like, well, it's not a factor of momentum, but it's a clear inclination and velocity. It's like those dudes being like, what are you, fucking spandex? Like, you're all losers.
Yeah.
I read a fuck ton of books. I love reading.
Yeah.
I don't want to get on Book Talk. They would roast me alive for my choices.
Yeah.
They would. That's the thing. They would roast anybody alive for their choices.
That's just weird. Is I didn't think that was. It's weird because to me it actually is worse than other like talks, like other groups. It's like more. It's worse. I don't understand how that is. I just thought that if you were intelligent enough, you would be like if you've read a lot of books and you're like into the book scene, you probably are hopefully intelligent and hopefully like understanding enough to be like, oh, they just joined reading. They read Colleen Hoover because she's popular. If not, like, oh, hey, like, that's awesome that Colleen Hoover's getting people into reading.
Yeah,
right?
but also it's so weird that as a book reader, I know is that when I see somebody else reading a book, I go, oh, I've never read that before. Or like if someone's like, oh, I like reading this specific kind of book. And I'm like, oh, I can't really get into that. Like, I've never read those before. But once again, what you prefer in life is it is directly affected by your childhood, how you grew up, where you grew up.
Yeah.
Like, there's not, like, I saw, I was listening to oh my God, what's his name? Joe Rogan. I was listening to a Rogan podcast, and he does one every so often with like a lot of comedians. It's called
Yeah,
Protect
yeah.
Our Parks.
Yeah.
It's funny, and Shane Gillis is on there, and Shane Gillis was talking about how he cried during watching Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And they were like, why did you cry? And he was like, I don't fucking know. It was like a part at the end. Like, it immediately in my mind, I was like, oh, it was when Yondu goes, he
Dies.
may have been your father, but he wasn't
Yeah.
your daddy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's he cried at that, and everybody else was like, why would you cry at that? Probably because maybe they, like, I don't know, interacted with their father or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you didn't. Same way, if you like Colleen Hoover or whoever the fuck, it could just be
It literally might be just the way she puts
the
words
way,
together.
that's the thing, the way you formulate a sentence.
Yeah.
The way that your writing structure. Like,
And it's just
it's so weird.
I just like I've seen other things in other media happen where I'm like, okay, I understand that. Like people hate Conor McGregor, and I mean you shouldn't because he's bringing like, oh, you're a fan of Conor McGregor, or what are you like a newbie MMA fan? It's like you're getting attention to the sport. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that once again with UFC, you could still make fun of it
Because
because
they're
they're all
idiots.
idiots.
This is reading.
Because they're a bunch of apes.
And you're
punching each
also
other.
claiming to be smart. You're like, oh, you must be dumb because you're reading. You're like, someone said, oh yeah, because she's like the Kardashians of reading of books, and I'm like, it's books. They're reading 400-page books.
Legitimately, I would have just gone in the comments and be like, yo, y'all ever heard of green eggs and ham? That shit is fucking fun.
No, I literally went off. I said, can you imagine being such a worthless shit? And I just went off on them.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, why? Like, I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, light and joy and happiness everywhere I
No,
go.
sometimes it needs to be
But
done.
just shut up.
Yeah, I don't
Like, if that's what you're reading, just shut up.
Yeah.
No one asks for your opinion. Nobody wants to know your opinion. If we need you, we'll press a button and a little collar will shock you, and then you can come out and speak. That's how we should do actors too. I've said that before. That's how we need to treat actors.
Yes.
That's how we need to do actors. That's how we need to do nurses. As soon as it's time for you to do your job, we'll press a button, your cage unlocks, you can come out, do your thing, and then right back in the hole. Go. 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 Sit. Now. That's what they should do that to Mark Ruffalo. They should bring him out, put him in a suit, and then they go, okay, talk like the Hulk. And he goes, and then he talks like the Hulk, and then they go, okay, Ruffalo, back in the cage.
Right. I don't really know what that means.
Do it to
but
all
right.
of them, except
Right.
for like a couple. Like you can let Denzel Washington out. Denzel's cool.
I think Stephen Amell's cool.
Stephen Amell's chill. Denzel's cool. Who's an actor that like I wouldn't want to put in a box and like keep there?
You wouldn't want to put in a box?
Yeah. Because like a lot of them I would. Like Chris Evans. I love Chris Evans. He should go in a box.
You saying like that? Just talk about stuff that they know.
They're
Oh,
just
Joaquin.
okay,
Phoenix.
it's not. Oh yeah, Joaquin Phoenix is. Yeah, get box. Bye. We'll call you when we need another Joker. Have a good one. See ya. The problem with those celebrities and people like that is that they have such a distorted view of the world.
Yeah.
Like you work for 6 months and you get, I don't know, $300 million.
Yeah.
Why would you think that you would be able to speak to me in any way at all? You have no idea
Yeah.
what it's like to, like, I'm sure at one point when they were kids maybe, or when they were younger,
Yeah.
but like if you walked up to like, I don't like Chris Evans or something like that and was like, hey, like what's your mortgage payment? He'd be like,
A mortgage? You'd be like, what are you talking about?
he would probably, he'd go, I think I have like an agent that takes care of that. Like have a person that does that. He doesn't log it. You think Chris Evans has the My AT&T app on his phone to pay his Wi-Fi bill? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Like that's not a thing for them. So why are you speaking to me and telling me, "Oh, this is what we should do," when we don't live in the same world?
Yeah. That's true.
Like I go to work, and if I don't go to work that day, in my mind I go, "Okay, so my paycheck next week is going to be this much short. So this week I'll save this much, so it'll put towards next day." Like he doesn't do that. That's
Yeah.
not even a thought process for him.
Yeah.
So shut up.
Yeah. I don't.
That's why I love like actors and actresses that just kind of like do their thing and then they're like, all
And
right,
they just get out.
I'm going to like
Mark Wahlberg, John Bernthal.
yeah, like Chris Pratt. Like Chris
Yeah.
Pratt goes to like a farm.
Yeah.
Like he has like a full farm.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll see y'all later. Call me
Yeah.
when y'all need another Star Lord.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna go take care of these goats.
I just don't know why like they think that I played the girl from Cars and I also played one of the trolls in Frozen, and they're suddenly like, "Oh, I'm like a political figure. I can speak on politics now."
Yeah, that's the other thing. Why are we assuming that after you do that, you are all of a sudden blessed with knowledge?
Yeah. And not just knowledge.
And also,
but hold on, it's not knowledge.
yeah,
You're blessed with like wisdom.
yeah, like
about
understanding.
our political system and stuff.
Yeah, it's funny too because all that we did was give you a piece of paper and go, "Hey, you either look pretty or sound pretty.
Read this."
that into a mic and then shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
We'll call you when there's a press tour." And then somebody's gonna go, "When you were growing up, what was like your favorite snack?" And they'll be like, "I really loved goldfish." And then I'll stab you in the neck.
And then you get on stage and just bring up some very
Yeah, and then you get on stage and you're like, single-use plastics, and I'm like, "Hey, shut up!"
No,
Yeah.
bad girl, get
That
down.
aggravates. That's Jason Momoa's thing, which is hilarious because he'll get on stage and be like, and then he'll be like, "So we developed these water bottles and they're metal."
You built your own Harley.
Dude, he literally like
You've built like 5
he
motorcycles.
kickstarts Harleys with no cats in them. Like he drives like muscle cars with no converters. You're blowing carbon just everywhere, but you're like, "Oh, if you use a water bottle, you're a piece of shit."
Yeah. What?
Yeah, you're literally.
I've never understood like
He drives one of those earth roamers. Have you ever seen those things? The giant camper vans.
yeah.
They burn like diesel and just just blow it. Those things get like 8 miles to the gallon.
It's weird that the people that like are biggest on that are like the people that drive jets everywhere.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. Like, it's weird because it's like, I don't really care about your opinion because you're an actor, but it's just weird that you do that and then act like you're popular.
Like
we know you're flying jets.
That's the other thing. It's like if you do something simple,
Is
like
it a joke?
I don't know what it is. But like,
it's a legit joke.
the only people that come to mind that like when I hear about what they're doing is Ashton Kutcher, the guy from that 70s show.
Yeah.
He has like a big like anti-human trafficking, which is a huge problem in America, everywhere else. Like he talks about that and he's like, this is the problem that we have. But also, if you notice, you don't see Ashton Kutcher in a lot of movies now. You don't see him in a lot of movies. You don't see him doing a whole lot of media crap. He's been married to the same woman for like ever.
Yeah.
And he just does his thing and he has his charity and he has his thing that he believes. But also, that's not something that you can like human trafficking is not something that everybody would be like, but like, is it okay? Like you're like, yeah, humans shouldn't be sold. Yeah, we can get that. But when Jason Momoa comes on stage and he's like, "What's up? I play Aquaman and fucking I was a king. I was a Dothraki king in Game of Thrones. Y'all should stop using plastic bottles because they're bad for the ocean."
Everybody's like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
because it just
cool.
sounds good.
Yeah, I'm like, thanks, man.
I don't know. Just like part of it is like, again, with like, I think the biggest one to me is like Leonardo DiCaprio talks about like global warming and conservation all the time and just flies jets all the time.
He's on yachts all the time.
Yeah.
Jets.
And I'm like, what's the thought process?
Have you seen that weird thing where like he won't date women past 25?
Okay, what is that? Okay, did he say that?
No, but
people have noticed that he doesn't date past 25 or something?
And also that girl, he literally threw her, apparently, allegedly, I don't know anything, allegedly threw her a 25th birthday party. Like he had a party for her and her friends and his friends and then broke up with her 3 days later. Like, it literally is like as soon as they turn 25, he's like, nope, we're good.
That's so weird.
It's a little weird.
Does something happen at 25 that I don't know about?
I don't know. We're not
Okay.
25 yet.
Yeah.
What if we hit 25 and all of a sudden
And
we're
like,
ah.
you're like yeah. That's just so strange. I don't understand. Like, but that's the thing I wanted to know.
Leo's a funny dude.
Leo is a funny dude. I just wanted to know if there was like something that, like, I don't know, if there was some, like, if he did that multiple times, if that was like a reoccurring thing.
Yeah, he's broken up with girls that like are.
That's weird, dude.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. And I mean, look, I hate saying this because it's like a weird thing, but like, I guess if they're older than 18, it's fine. But because then you're legal.
I don't agree with that.
Well, that I don't agree with that either. That's the law, but like, that's kind of weird. Like,
No,
when
it's very
people,
weird.
Like
I think
that, you know what it is? I hate it when a dude says that. Like if
Oh,
imagine
yeah.
you're somewhere with imagine you're somewhere like at a bar and you're like your homie brings in a girl and you're like, dude, how old is she? And she's like, no, it's cool. She just turned 18. I'd be like, huh?
yeah.
I'd be like, hey, quick, real quick,
Run that back.
picture right here. What do you mean by that? I just don't. I'm 23, and if an 18-year-old walked up to me, I'd be like, hello. Like, that's a child.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
like that's like a kid. And 19, kind of. 19's a little
Yeah,
young.
I mean, we're 23, and I mean, I still think that's weird.
Yeah, and he's, how old is Leo? Like 50-ish?
I didn't know he was that old.
Oh, I'm saying 50-ish. He might be like 40-something.
Let me see.
How old is old Leo D? God, watch him be like 73.
He is 47.
Okay, 47.
Still weird.
That is weird.
Still weird, man.
Also, is it just me, or are there so many like actors and actresses that like our parents will say weird stuff like, "Oh my gosh, they're so hot," or "They're so this," and they're like not that
Not that.
attractive.
Not that.
Like Leo, when he was young, he was like
Well, that-
handsome,
Yeah.
but like there are women who are like, "Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio is hot." I'm like, okay. I
Yeah.
mean,
There's
sure.
there's a lot of. I also recently I didn't understand that dude from Stranger Things that has the mullet. After looking him up again, I don't understand the hype behind him.
Dacre Montgomery.
Yeah.
I think he's a handsome dude. He's got real square like man features. I think he's a pretty good looking guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I think with all the makeup and the stuff, it just like.
But I mean, also, y'all have to understand that's the other thing about celebrities is that if you took them out of that world,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
put them in an environment that's
I don't-
like
I
I don't think you would notice him.
What I'm trying to say is like I go to the gym and like if he was at my gym, no one would look at him if he wasn't popular. Not a single person.
Because also what happens when you're famous is that you probably have to get a job.
Yeah.
At that job, what if you do manual labor? What if you're working in the dirt and then you wipe your face? Now you've got some pimples. So now he's got blemishes on his skin. So now his skin isn't that perfect anymore because he doesn't wake up every morning with a curated selection of what
Yeah.
he needs to put on his
Yeah.
face. Now you've got a blemish. You've worked. Now you've got a cut on your arm. Now
Yeah.
you've got you do
Well,
all
that's
these.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's fine. But you do all
I
these
see what you're saying.
things
But
that make
I'm
you.
saying besides that. I'm just saying his just feature in general. I would just could
No,
imagine.
there are very few
there's
people
a lot
that I
of
feel
people
like
like
if
that.
you took them and put them into a regular, normal place, there are very few actors and actresses that you would actually look at and be like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
Like,
that would take the room.
yeah, like
Like if
one.
you took all the celebrity status from Kevin Hart, from The Rock, from Mark Wahlberg, from and I mean that's kind of the point because they play like they're
regular guys.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that makes sense. But
Like if you took like in the era when the movie Troy came out and Brad Pitt was in that movie, if you had seen that era of Brad Pitt at like Walmart, you'd be like, "What the fuck
yeah,
are you doing
yeah,
here?"
no, for sure.
Like you'd be like,
No,
"What?
no, I
Why,
agree with
what are you
that.
doing?"
I agree with that.
But the weird thing is that I've seen dudes in public before that I've looked at and
Yeah.
been like, "Why are you
You're
just
not
walking around?"
Yeah, why are you not an actor? Yeah,
like why are you not like Margot Robbie? Like if I saw Margot Robbie like at like Target,
she's actually one of the ones where I don't understand.
I think she's very pretty.
She's a very
Her
like
features are just so like intense.
she just looks like she's like she looks like a cheerleader like and then you just like put everything on 10 on her face. And she's just like,
That's what she is. Yeah.
I don't
Like,
know.
She's playing Barbie.
She needs to play like an alien or something in her next movie. I just feel like her features are just very like.
Like if you like put a bald cap on her and painted her
Yeah.
like silver, she'd be
Yeah.
like, she would be a really good like. I'm trying to think what's like a female actress for like if you saw him working at Target, you'd be like, whoa,
Yeah, like what are you doing here?
yeah.
Um,
In a weird way, just because her features are like so crazy intense, and like everything about her is just so like, I don't know, but like if I saw Scarlett Johansson, like at Target, I might look at her and be like,
she also is very just different. Like,
looking,
yeah,
yeah.
her face is.
Like she's played like 4 Asian people. Doesn't look Asian at all, but
Oh,
somehow
I didn't know that. What?
yeah, she's played like a couple like Asian characters. Like you remember that movie Ghost in the Shell?
How
That's
is she
supposed to be
allowed to
an
do
A-
that?
I don't know.
I was about to say. I
But
thought that
she
was
keeps
very.
slipping right under the rug.
Wow.
I don't know. But like that movie, you remember that movie Ghost in the Shell? Where she
Mm-mm.
was like almost naked for it the entire time, where she had like the bodysuit on thing.
No.
Okay, that's an anime. That's supposed to be literally an Asian woman.
Yeah,
And they
she
just
does
went,
have that weird.
Scarlett Johansson.
She does have a weird like. I don't know what her features are like. Very
Big.
round.
Yeah. Also, to this day, the greatest thing ever. I say this all the time, and I'm so sorry. Favorite thing ever is that some executive at Disney
Oh,
one
no.
time saw Jake Gyllenhaal and went, the Prince of Persia. That will always and forever, that will forever be the greatest thing, is that a Disney executive was like,
Prince of Persia. Let us survey.
who's this white man?
Also, the most unmajestic
The
white
most,
man.
like the most white guy.
The
like just
most
a white dude.
The most insurance agent mother
Yeah.
trucker on the planet.
And they were like,
Ah, yes.
the Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. No, that's
That's
fantastic.
wild. And you know, there were so many Persian dudes at that audition that were like, oh, fuck. They were like, yo, Prince of Persia was a game. I grew up playing Prince of Persia. I'm Persian.
In walks Jake
And
Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal with slightly longer hair. And a Disney exec was like,
There's like a bunch of like actual Persians and like actual Middle Eastern
Persian
people lined up.
men
And it,
everywhere. And the doors both fly open and there's like light behind him. And he's just like, what's up? I just did the Zodiac Killer. What's going on here? Heard y'all want me to do some parkour.
Oh my God.
That would be like, can you imagine if they did a 007 movie and in walked in like Chris Pratt?
Yeah.
As 007?
Yeah.
It's almost that
No,
disrespectful.
almost like in walks the guy from Parks and Rec that's like the short Middle Eastern guy.
Yeah, Aziz Ansari.
Yeah, like him
Yeah.
walking.
But like he doesn't hide his voice at all. Because
Yeah.
like he's very American sounding.
Yeah.
And like there's like a big scene with shootouts and then he walks in and he's like, what's up, players? And they're like,
Yeah.
huh? Like, can you remember? British people would be like, what is that? Like they would be so upset. But
Yeah.
for whatever reason,
Prince of Persia.
the Prince of Persia, Jake Gyllenhaal, was
God.
like, yo, what's up?
No, I don't understand that. I really don't understand that. Well, we're nearing the end. Do you want to talk about anything else? You want to talk about that iPhone thing?
I'm just confused about how the iPhone 14 slipped under my radar.
Well, I know why, because it just feels like I wasn't
The
expecting
13
it, or I
just
didn't.
came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now they have what is it called? The digital island? What is it
Dude,
called?
I don't. So they took the notch
Yeah.
that's at the top, and now it's digital. So like, there's no need for it.
Can you turn it off?
I don't know.
What if you can't turn it? That would be the greatest thing ever, is if it didn't go off.
Well, now I'm confused because if it's digital,
You have we both have 13s, right?
yeah.
What even is that right there? Is that
Well,
just where like
it's the camera.
the earpieces and stuff?
What's it's the front facing camera. So now I'm confused. If it's digital, where the heck is the camera gonna be? Where's the front facing camera gonna be?
Oh, that's a good point. Maybe it's
Maybe
still
I
like a circle, and it has to be
There has to
something
be
black
yeah.
right there, and then it either just gets bigger, wider, smaller, and like it'll change shape. but consistently there does have to be an area around
Like
the
where
camera.
were the camera?
Yeah.
I don't know. People are saying it was digital, but maybe I'm mistaken. But yeah, now it's an island. Okay, great.
I still just also don't understand. Like the whole.
They're not doing anything.
That's the thing. Do you know what would be great? Is if they took like 2 years off the iPhone, like just stopped.
Yeah.
We all have the 13 or the 14 or whatever.
Mhm.
And then when they release one, it looks like Tony Stark's iPhone that you can like see through.
Yeah.
And like you can like post
Yeah.
like you can make things come out of it. Then I would be like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
But now all y'all did was make
and what's
the
weird
black
is
thing
I
at
would
the
pay
top.
I would pay like $2.5 for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd be in Verizon the next day going, excuse me.
I'll pay $500 a month for this.
How much you want to buy? And the little lady at Verizon would go, ooh, look at your credit score. And I would go, bitch.
Ignore that.
This is America. I'd be like, no. I'd be like, give me a loan. Yeah, dude. I would pay any amount of money for that. That's
Yeah, for
insane.
real. They need to just revamp their stuff.
Yeah. Take a break, Apple.
Just take a
Calm
break and make
down.
something really good.
Yeah.
Do something innovative. Make
Team
it different.
Team up with
The past
somebody.
3 have looked the same.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
The what
And
are we-
if anything, like just put this on the back burner and
Yeah.
just upgrade the processor and just like don't change it and then do like an experimental phone every like 2 years.
yeah.
Like do something different.
Like
You see what
really,
I'm
like
saying?
genuinely, what is
This
the
can't
reason
be
why?
that hard.
Genuinely, what is the reason why you would release a new one every year?
And also where it's not even like upgraded. Like it's,
it's not like it.
the only thing is like there's a better processor, but people are saying that that's just like they already have access to that. So like when they released the 13, they probably had access to make
But
the
also,
14's
here's
processor.
the thing: what do you do on your phone? Because I send texts, I send Snapchats, I throw it at
I
people.
play
I
games.
throw it at people in bars.
What?
Like, what are you doing? Like when they're like the fastest
Yeah,
into
that's true.
9,000 gigabajigabajigada processor, and I'm like, oh, thank God, I'll be able to run Pokemon Go faster now.
Yeah.
Like, what do you what?
I don't know. I mean, I guess some people play like high res video games on it. I don't.
Hey, I'm telling you right now. Look in the camera. I'm telling you right now, if you're one of those people, touch grass. I'm not kidding. Like the amount of people that I see that are like, I just don't understand this world. No hate to you, whatever, other than the fact that you're a loser. If you play like Clash of Clans violently on your phone,
Violently
like
is
a
the
lot.
key word there.
Yeah.
Because there's certain games I was into where I would just check it every day, and I'd just be like,
yeah, I had
click,
like
click, click,
I had like
and
a
I'd get
tower
off.
defense game that I would check every
If
day.
you're like putting money into it,
yeah, like
and,
I see dudes who are like zeroed in on it.
yeah,
Like they'll like I'll never forget. Oh, you might have been with me. Oh, maybe it was Elise. No, you were with me. There was that dude. We were in the Galleria. He was walking in front of us, and he pulls out his phone, looks at it, and goes, "Oh fuck!" And then did this weird like sit down and slid into the railing of like the upper section, and he started like doing.
Oh, I remember that.
And he was like, "I'm getting raided."
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh,
I'm about to kick you in the head.
No, I don't understand people that play video games on their phone. I saw this one thing that might make me change my mind though. Have you seen that thing that makes you able to play your Xbox games on your phone? You told me about this.
Oh, the backbone?
Dude.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Also, the
that
PlayStation,
makes sense.
the PlayStation one, I did a lot more research into this because remember we were confused.
Yeah.
That thing is engineered by PlayStation.
Yeah.
The white
No, yeah.
material on it is the same one that's
No,
on the
yeah.
PS5 controller.
Yeah. That's just and also what's weird, $100?
Yeah. Like, I don't know about you. Like, we're not rich, but
$100 and you can
$100
take your
bucks?
Xbox with you.
yeah.
on
That was
your
the thing.
phone.
I saw somebody setting up the PlayStation thing. Literally, all he did was click it into the thing, and then the backbone prompt said, "Open up the PlayStation app." And he opened up the PlayStation app, and then it was like syncing, and then it was just like doink. And then he had access to all his PlayStation games.
Yeah.
And I was like,
What?
"Huh?
Yeah.
Like, are we just gonna act like that's not really impressive technology?"
Because what's also weird is it's not what's interesting about it is it's running that game. It's the thing that I thought it was doing.
Yeah.
I thought it was running a mobile version.
No.
It's running the full game.
The dude was playing God of War
Yeah.
on his iPhone.
Yeah. And people can play the Xbox version of Call of Duty on their
And
game.
Apex. Like, it's not mobile
Yeah,
Apex.
it's not.
It's Apex.
Yeah. That's wild.
That's whack. I kind of want to get one. Like,
Now that we're
like,
talking about it, I kind of want to
yeah.
get one.
I'll get PlayStation if you get Xbox.
Well, also I have a kid, so a lot of times the TV is for my kid sometimes. So I feel like sometimes I could just like while she's watching.
Also,
something.
did you keep that? Do you see it collapses down to
Yeah,
like
to
this
like
big,
this big,
and then you just go and
Yeah.
unlock it.
yeah,
Yeah, keep that bad boy in a drawer.
you take it to like the beach and stuff.
Dude, you could take it to Applebee's when your
What?
family is like,
I don't go to.
you know, like when
Applebee's.
you go to Applebe's with your family
no.
and your uncles, like
No.
keep bringing shots, and then he starts like flirting with the bartender, but
Yeah.
it's weird. 'cause
You're
she's,
living
like,
you're
'cause she's,
reliving
like,
a
20,
traumatic.
and then
It's okay,
and
Jake.
he's like 48,
Jake, you
and
can-
then your grandparents are there, and then they're like, well, we would have gotten here earlier, but this bitch decided to take I-20.
Hey,
and
drink some
she's
of that
like,
Prime,
and she's
okay?
like, I fucking told you.
Hey.
I
Drink some of the Prime, okay? It's okay. All right. On that note, we're gonna end this podcast. Jake needs a moment. He's living a traumatic. All right, guys. I think that's it for us.
we appreciate y'all coming to listen again.
Yes, I think we're gonna try to do more YouTube videos and stuff.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. We'll see you in the next one.
See you guys.